Hi everyone, this is Yashu and behind the camera is Yash and welcome to our channel Backpack with Me where we share our travel adventures. Next morning, we wanted to visit the Venetian Castle at Plaka but somehow ended up in another tiny church when we started walking towards the Plaka Castle. But nevertheless, we had the place all to ourselves and we witnessed one of the other sunrises from Greece. After witnessing our first sunrise from Milos, we then explored charming alleys of Plaka before we headed towards the Plaka Central for breakfast. We wanted to stock ourselves with heavy breakfast as there was lot of exploring planned for the day. I ordered some scrambled eggs and breads. Yash ordered fried eggs and breads. We also did get a complimentary sweet along with the breakfast. After finishing off with the breakfast, we then came back to the same place where we visited in the morning for sunrise. But this time we figured out where the Venetian Castle of Plaka was and then started walking towards that. While we were exploring these charming alleys, look what we found out. There was a Mahatma Gandhi photo in one of the cafes. We then bumped into this colorful blue door and it was time for some photos. This was one of the viewpoints on the way to the Plaka Castle. As the name says, Venetian Castle of Plaka, you will not find any castle there, but there are two churches out there which offers stunning panoramic view of the Milos island. This is the view you get to see from the first church. If you climb few more steps from the first church, you get to the second church which opens up the view even more. If you're trying to reach Plaka Castle using Google Maps like the way we did and tried for sunrise, you will definitely be lost in alleys of Plaka. Here's a quick way how you can figure out how to get to the castle. Try searching Lahos or Enplo restaurant on Google Maps. Once you reach that location, if you see right opposite to that restaurant, there's a board which says Castro. Follow the lane from then on and you can easily reach this viewpoint after a small hike. After enjoying this view for some time, it was time for me to get some good shots with the first church in the background. We then had some quick bites before we left to explore some of the beaches in Milos this afternoon. While we are in Milos, exploring beaches are a must. Hence, our next stop was Plaka Beach. This beach is accessible for people of all age. It's purely sandy beach and there are a lot of shacks as well to rest after a dip in beach. This beach also has lot of parking spaces available. Within 5 minutes distance is another beach called Sagrado Beach. This beach could only be accessed by a ladder and a rope. Hence, it can be slightly adventurous too. People of all age can't do it, which can be lightly advantageous for people who are excited to get there. As they say, pain is gain. If you reach the beach after a slight struggle, you will literally be swimming in between two cliffs and you will have beach all to yourselves. We were lucky enough to have this beach only for me and Yash for about 30 minutes. Our next stop was Klima, which is a picturesque fishing village. Try to reach here slightly before sunset to have that magical golden light falling on these colorful boat garages called Sirmata. After spending a leisurely afternoon at these two stunning beaches in Milos, we then reached Klima. I must say, the way to Klima is through narrow roads and downhill. There's a restaurant near the entrance. If you're looking for an ideal place to spend an evening trying local cuisine and watching the sunset, please book a table in advance. The restaurant with those breathtaking views will undoubtedly be pricey. Sirmatas are spread in restaurants left and right sides. Before deciding on an ideal location for sunset, we explored both the sides. We then chose the view on the right side of the restaurant as you enter. After that, me and Yash found a spot and enjoyed another sunset in Milos. If you fancy staying in one of these boat garages, you could explore, as some of these garages were converted to stays for visitors. We came across this cute little souvenir shop in one of the boat garages. This place looks even more magical when that golden light falls on these colorful garages.
I wanna get too close, gonna get it right now. I wanna push all the limits with you right now. What's your feelings? The city's screaming, we're not coming home tonight. We're living quick in this world, gonna get it right now.
We ended our day with another sunset from Klima. After our visit to Klima, we then headed back towards our apartment, which was in Adamanta's port. While we were having dinner, our eyes caught these two luxury yachts parked at the port.